You answered my message, left me a message saying, "Hi, this is Marilyn Jones," as if. Well, the point is that as if there's only one Marilyn Jones. I had difficulty in pulling this together. I also knew that Bart would, as my mom would say, throw me a thunderbolt if I didn't keep it to the point. Because I have a tendency to go on and on. But I had been thinking in the last couple of weeks, and I know that I had wanted a little bit of time to pull this together for Bart. And I know that Bart's mom had been there with me each and every hour that I had to spend during that last bit, 2 weeks ago. And I started out saying, writing little notes in a notepad. Now, okay, the other thing about the domestically challenged, I'm also IT challenged. For instance, there's a cell phone of Bart's, and Bart only got the cell phone because he was listening to tunes when he went for all his walks. I didn't know how to turn the damn thing on. And I knew that there were speakers that you could connect up into something that, he used to have his headphones on, but I didn't know how to turn that thing on. Then there was his computer at home. Thank goodness he left that on, because I thought that, first of all, I didn't have the password. And then the mouse froze, and Jan from Gendai Gallery, she dropped by and said, "Okay, this is what you do," and she hooked it up. Well, the computer's not off, and I don't dare to turn it off, because just in case it never comes back on again. There are so many files in this thing, and besides, okay, I'm not to the point, but his office studio, the studio office, I wasn't allowed in there. And so the first time I had to step in there was why was I in there? I needed to do something. Like, for instance, he taught me how to retrieve the answering messages of his phone. And the reason why I was barred from the studio office was because one time when I was swiffering, I accidentally disconnected a wire, and literally, there's the doorway, there's a threshold, and I couldn't step in there. I mean, once in a while at night when he went to sleep, when he was asleep, I would take that Swiffer and just like. Okay, now I started up saying, now how did an East End Chinatown girl from Vancouver end up with a West End Scarborough Bluffs boy in Toronto? Now, I guess I've been blessed by, being in a lot of the work that I've done, whether it's in government or in the cultural sector. I've been blessed by being the right person in the right place at the right time, and it must have been the right time when Bart and I first met. And Luba, when she said she introduced me, was basically we were on the Poetry Express bus as part of the Fringe Festival in July, and he was bald, right, a shaved head, and he had a TTC uniform on. Now the TTC uniform is that yellow shirt with, no, you only wore the shirt, but not the maroon pants. And I remember I was sitting there, it's a bus, and he drove around and picking up people, and poets would be speaking. And I remember him, when he finished his piece, and for some reason he had a piece of toilet paper hanging out of his when he was doing the poetry thing. And he sat behind me and must have thought that I wasn't listening, because he tugged on my ears and he said, "Listen." And from that, he still does that to me. I don't listen, and I don't get to the point, and I go off tangent. I just don't listen. But so I wrote down a whole bunch of our differences. What's this? East End Chinatown girl from Vancouver. Me, you can end up with a Scarborough Bluffs boy. Our differences. Okay, one, he cooked. I didn't. He loved spice. I don't even use pepper. The stinky feet part. He loved going barefoot. That's why, and wearing sandals all year round. I wear socks with slippers at home. he can wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning without the alarm. I think his eyes would just pop open. And he would wake up humming his happy song, you know. Now, I need 3 alarms to get out of bed. And I'm here as get-go. He loved to walk. I don't exercise. People like that. He was self-employed. You know, I'm a public servant. Nothing is that. I mean, I have a pension. Now, he watched TV programs that stimulated his interest, things like cooking programs and science programs and about nature, and I loved Jeopardy. He played Jeopardy every night. And I watched reruns of Law and Order. Now, the political politics, he was conservative. I'm NDP. Now, in the past years on his Facebook, he did say he was a fiscal conservative or a social liberal, and that's thanks to Luba on that one. So, I remember that we were having breakfast up on Queen West, and he told me he was a conservative. I mean, I thought, my God, okay, that's it, end of the third date, that's, you know. And oh, the cats. Well, he said he hated my cats, Ninja and Genghis. When I used to go up to Vancouver to be with my family and my mom, especially in the last 10 years, every time Bart would, okay, there was 2 things that he would do. 1, he would try to stop smoking. 2, he would always say, oh, Genghis and Ninja are okay. They're hanging by their tails in the closet and their food bowl is I already mentioned the point, this point. He was able to get to the point, and I always went off topic. Oh, the house that we bought in 2004. And the first thing he did was to take a sledgehammer and start tearing down the walls to find the tube and knob. Knob and tube. I was out shopping for bathroom accessories. So, now, you know, Daddy had asked me, and this is more than 10 years now that he's gone. There were 3 questions he asked about Bart. He said, 1, does he smoke? Does he drink? Does he gamble? Well, I lied about the first 2. But I said, well, Bart buys lottery tickets just like you, Dad. But the last and most important question my dad asked me was Bart good to me? And did he take care of me? Of course, to that I said yes. I mean, we were opposites, and yet, you know, the core things I think that we had together is that we had this profound respect for each other as people, as a person, for each other's individuality, and for each other's personal space. And I told you the story about the not being able to go into his office. You know, what was core to the essence of Bart was that he was an artist, he was a poet, he was that creator, that carpenter that worked with his hands. I mean, I thought that he had a lot of computer equipment, but you should see our basement with all the tools that he has down there. Things that I don't, I mean, how many, what is it, wrench and knobbit, socket, wrench? That I need to have. I mean, he's got 3 guitars for Pete's sake, so you know, can't you just play on one? He wasn't perfect, and we had our ups and downs, but he always had that intensity to always try his best. He was just smart. Now, we built a life together in partnership and in friendship. We were best friends. And we faced all of life's complications with, I like to say, grace and humor. We cared and we took care of each other. And like I never got flowers for Valentine's Day. He always forgot my birthday. Very rarely would he get me a Christmas present. But I said to him, I said, listen, we show each other love and affection each and every day. he would get me that cup of tea in the morning and try to get me up before those 3 alarms. I know we made a difference in each other's lives, and just simply, we just loved each other. And I want to extend, in the lovely little handout program, I said one sentence about in gratitude to each and every one of you that have come out, and not just come out today, but in last couple of weeks have been extraordinarily, generously, and kind and supportive. Every time, you know, I feel your pain as you feel my pain. So I just want to simply let you know how much I appreciate that. And okay, I'm going to bring up a little Chinese saying, and I hope I'm saying this right. There is something, it's called Yao Sam, meaning you have heart. And that's what I want to say, that you all have Yao Sam, you all have heart. So, thank you. And Gee, the pictures, that's his formal picture on that side. And this is the Bart that we probably all know.
Yeah.